What's up, guys? Welcome back to Trash Film Home Video once again. It's been a minute, but I've got a new Blu-ray 4K update. This one is kind of big, so this one might be a little long. Apologize in advance. Yeah, so I'm just gonna dive right in. First, I'm gonna go with the stuff that I got from the Severin, what is it, nuke, mid-year nuke, I don't know. And first up is the 4K UHD of Blood for Dracula. This is the back here. It's a like digipack style, which I'm not the biggest fan of this style, but it's not bad for this kind of style. I like it with the all the alternate artwork in there. And then this is the track listing you get for the soundtrack, which is included, and then that's like a little postcard deal. I had not seen this film in a long time. I think I've only actually seen it. I'd seen it once, and I remember it being odd. I love Flesh for Frankenstein, but I always remember this one I wasn't as big of a fan of. And I watched it again. The transfer is fantastic on this, by the way. I watched it again, and it is a really strange, interesting. If you get into the kind of spirit of things with this one, you can enjoy it because it's completely absurd. Udo Kier as Dracula, probably the saddest Dracula. Not saddest, but most pitiful. He's really sickly. It's absurd. Sun doesn't hurt him. It just annoys him. He like hides with his hat under it. It's just kind of a nuisance. And crosses, they don't burn his skin or anything. He just doesn't like them, and it's not going to be for everybody, but I enjoyed it. And then along with that is one that really blew me away. It was Retribution. I didn't say that word right, but let me get it out here. This one really blew me away. This is a possession film, but it doesn't really have any religious. It's not a demon. It's a vengeful spirit. So if you ordered their bundle, the sleeves for Retribution and Masturbating Gunman, I think, came signed. Retribution came signed by also the composer. And I did not order that, but I got a signed one. So pretty cool. I'm guessing I know they always have them sign extras, so maybe, I don't know, they just threw them in there for fun. But this one also comes with a book. It's got 2 cuts, nice booklet. It's got 2 cuts and then soundtrack. And this movie blew me away. I had not seen it. This is one I had seen images from, I remember, but I had actually not watched the film. And man, I can't believe it passed me by this whole time because it's fantastic. Highly recommended if you're into like possession. Highly recommended, period. But if you really love that 80s aesthetic and or possession movies, it's a great one. And then this was the only other thing I bought from the Severin sale, and that was Blood and Flesh, the real life and ghastly death of Al Adamson. I haven't seen a lot of Al Adamson films. I've seen Satan Sadist. I've actually been to a Satan Sadist reunion at Cinema Wasteland. And actually at that time I had not seen Satan Sadist yet. This was a long time ago. But even though I'd only seen, I don't know if I've seen more. I think I have. There was a couple films in here that they discussed that I was like, okay, yeah, I've seen that one. What was one of them? Um, I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, um, really great documentary on him and like what happened to him. Um, yeah, he was murdered, and it's a really good documentary. If you're into like true crime, or just if you're a big fan of Al Adamson, um, I would suggest picking it up. It was pretty good. It's a crazy story. This is from Severin. I didn't get it from the. Actually, this is if you watch that video, the Severin video. This is Campbell Man. This is the one that they've changed their slips on, which I'll go ahead and show again here. Let's see. Yeah, it's like that matte finish, and it's embossed, and as you can see, there's no trouble sliding the slip on, but yeah, it's thicker. They're vinegar syndrome style. It doesn't feel like it's as thick, but it's as close as you can get without being exactly like theirs. So this is also another good one. If you haven't checked it out, it's a Spanish film. It's got some LGBTQ plus themes. Really interesting. It's not about a cannibal. That's one of those ones that was marketed as something it wasn't. Basically, this guy makes a bad decision, and well, he doesn't. He's trying to protect himself and his fiance. He ends up killing a guy, and then to continue to keep covering it up, he has to kill more people. So it's a pretty interesting movie. This one I got from the NBD Synapse. I used to have this a long time ago. Thou Shalt Not Kill Except, or Striker's War. This comes from the Sam Raimi Troop, if you haven't seen this. It's really low budget, but it's a pretty fun watch. Used to have this a long time ago, but had to pick it back up. It was cheap. Next, Sundown, The Vampire in Retreat. This is more of a horror comedy. Could even be seen as maybe a family style almost. I don't think there's really anything that I can remember that's really. You could probably watch this with your kids if you have kids. David Carradine, Bruce Campbell, John Ireland. Really good cast. It's a fun movie. It's light on horror, heavy on comedy. Another one that blew me away was Code Red's Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker. Susan Tyrrell in this is phenomenal. She's completely at a 20 throughout the whole movie. And the other great thing is there's a feature that is her watching the film for the first time and maybe ever. I don't remember what she said, but man, that is just as good as this movie. Okay, it's not just as good, but it's up there. It's very entertaining. There's times when you don't know if she's joking or if she's serious. She was, rest in peace. Really fantastic movie. I loved this movie. Next is Blood Vessel. This is a Australian kind of mid-budget, low budget, but not like no budget vampire flick. Interesting makeup for the vampire. I think sometimes in this movie they overdo like I don't know. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. Didn't blow my socks off, but definitely a keeper. RoboCop 2. Love RoboCop 2. I even like RoboCop 3. But yeah. Didn't have it. Wanted to pick it up. If you haven't seen RoboCop 2, go watch it. This was a pawn shop find, because I heard that the sequel is pretty good. It's alright. I'm not into a lot of this kind of horror. Not really my thing. But for what it was and for the kind of film it is, it's not bad. It's decent. It takes some turns that you don't think it's really going to take, but and for what I bought it for, like maybe $2 or something, I'll keep that. Thought I had seen Mausoleum. Had not seen Mausoleum. If I did, I forgot about it. This was a heck of a good time too, from Vinegar Syndrome. Just one I wanted to grab. No real reason. And then this I got from the Orbit DVD used sale. It is the Blu-ray of all 4 Predator movies. I think I got this for like, I don't know, $10? No, it was more than that. 15, something like that. But for 4, it's not a bad deal. This, man, I got this. This was from like the Easter Carnage sale. I've just now watched it. Again, I used to have whatever, what was that release? No Shame released both of these. They came in like a double pack back in the day. And Death Walks on High Heels, yeah. Really cool little giallo. And then I picked up the 4K of Dead and Buried. I went with the Needle. I know that the one sheet art it's sold out. You can't get it anymore. That actual, the slipcover and stuff, you can't, it's gone. Which every release had that artwork on it, and I don't know why that one, everybody also still wants that artwork, but I went with the Needle. It looks fantastic. It's got a bunch of new stuff on it, which is really cool. If you're a fan of, like, God, I don't even know what to compare this to, really. It's got such a unique, it's such a unique movie. I can't really, but Robert Englund's in it. It was it written and directed by Dan O'Bannon, or was it just written by Dan O'Bannon? Let's see. It was directed by Gary Sherman. Okay. And Gary Sherman directed Vice Squad as well. I thought Dan O'Bannon... Am I insane? Oh, right here. Dan O'Bannon. Yeah, so he wrote it. So, if you're a fan of Dan O'Bannon and you haven't seen it, I would definitely check it out. Scream Factory, House of Wax. I actually always really liked this movie when it, like... I didn't see it when it first came out, because if you were a horror fan at this time, if you were a real horror fan, you didn't, it was like you didn't rush out to go see this because it had, like, you know, Paris Hilton and what that dude from Supernatural or whatever. So I didn't see it at first. I didn't really have any interest in it because of that. And then I don't remember. I eventually rented it at some point and really liked it. But I remember not wanting to admit I liked it, which is stupid. So I've always liked this. And Paris Hilton, she does what she needs to do in the movie, and she does it well. I don't think she's really playing in the film a whole lot, like, different of a character than she already is or is playing. So, but yeah, House of Wax, also a really good release. This one I have had in my watch pile for a while, and I watched this about a month ago, so I don't really remember a whole lot about it. I do remember enjoying it. Hammer film, so you need to be into Hammer to like it. I think it is one of the better Hammer films. I'm not the biggest Hammer fan. I try to be, but I'm not. At least with the films that I've seen. But the ones that are good are really good. And I do remember really enjoying this one. This is another one. Another Severin release. Siege, which is really kind of gritty, kind of boundary pushing, like disturbing at times, film about basically let me read this. It's basically like the police go on strike And so people, you know, if there's no police, certain people are going to take advantage of that. But the footage they use in the beginning of the police strike is real. I can guarantee you that. It is real. So I'm guessing this police strike actually happened up in Canada at a point in time. And I don't know what happened with it or how long it lasted, but I can tell you what, that footage was at least real. But yeah, so, and then then it turns into kind of a, not hostage film, but sort of like people in a building trying to keep people out kind of movie. Very, very cool. I enjoyed it. I don't know that I enjoyed it as much as the other people that I've seen that have watched this, but I did enjoy it, and it is something that I think is definitely worth checking out, though. Next, Dead Zone. When I purchased this, I had only seen this maybe once and remembered not being super into it, and I like the movie, but it's not something that, it's probably not one that I'll revisit a lot, but I do love Christopher Walken, and I like him in this. This is him playing a character. Christopher Walken now tends to play himself a lot. People want Christopher Walken in their movie because they want Christopher Walken. They want that performance. This is him being, not that he's not a real actor, but you know what I mean. Yeah, still wasn't a mind blower for me. Enjoyable, but yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. This I also bought from the Orbit DVD used sale. Tales from the Hood. Man, this is a good one. Like, they were talking about stuff that, they've been talking about this for a long time and nobody has been paying any attention. So this is, it's, when did this come out? 95, this, and still some of the same issues that they talk about in this film, are been happening, causing a lot of stuff. So, and it not only does it have like messages in it, but it is a damn good horror movie. Like, this was written to where not only are you getting those messages, and they're not subtle, they're there. It's like, here, there it is. You see it? Okay. Now on with the horror. It's there. It's not like ham-fisted. It's just, that's what the story's about. So it can't really be ham-fisted if it's that way. But yeah, man, I'd forgotten. I used to watch this a bunch when I was a teenager, man. Whole lot. Mail Order Murder from, what was it, Saturn Core, which is a partner label of Vinegar Syndrome. This is a documentary on Wave Productions, which was a no-budget, we're not even going to call it low budget, we're going to call it no budget, a no-budget direct to VHS horror movie, well, not just horror, but company that did like direct to video stuff, and at some point decided to take the company in a different turn, and basically people would pay them like, we'll make your script, like, you can write the script, you write the script and we'll shoot it for you, we'll cast it, we'll shoot it, we'll, and so they ended up with a lot of really interesting product and a lot of interesting movies, we'll say. They were based out of, I believe, New Jersey. It's an interesting documentary. Interesting if you're into, like, VHS history, that kind of stuff. It's really interesting. I'm just going to show this now because I don't want to end on this. This is another thing that I picked up from the Orbit used sale and thought it was Blu-ray. Wondered why I'd gotten it so cheap, but it's season 1 through 4 of Rick and Morty. But I got this for like $10. It's because I was a dummy, and it's a DVD. It's a DVD. Oh, it doesn't say DVD there. It says used. Yeah. Well, anyway, it's DVD, but it's fine. This is kind of like it's kind of turning into one of my comfort shows. Like I can just put it on whenever and have fun with it. So, yeah. And then last but certainly not least is the fantastic, probably more entertaining than the first, Death Wish 2. I said it. Yeah, just because Death Wish 2. I guess that's also kind of a end, but that's all I got. Gonna be doing a Vinegar Syndrome unboxing very soon because I pre-ordered the entire month package, so that's like 6 titles that I'll be getting at the very soon. Probably they usually will start shipping probably by next week, mid next week sometime is usually when they start shipping their stuff. So I'll have that soon. And other than that, I have no plans because this is a fly by the seat of your pants kind of production here at Trash Film Home Video. So anyway, that's all I got. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.